Yeah, eat, sleep, fantasy, you rockin' with the best. NFL Fantasy Football Podcast. We talking mock drafts, running backs, better follow the conversation.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Eat, Sleep, Fantasy Football Podcast. We're happy you're joining us because me and my boy, my best friend, Clayton Cadu, is here at Canadian Clay.
Am I your best Canadian friend or just like your
Definitely.
best friend?
Best friend
Canadian
overall.
friend?
No, best
Oh,
friend
well,
overall.
Love you, Dale. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. This
Whoa,
wait.
I'm going to say you're my best friend too, but I just got to get some off my chest right off the bat before we start this episode. Okay.
Okay. Before we start,
I do not want to hear anything about your 5-0 fantasy football team. Okay. I get it. We get it. You're 5-0. Great job. Thumbs up, buddy. 2 thumbs up.
Anybody can be. Okay, you go.
I'm on these chats with you, and this is all I hear about all day long. I don't care if you're 5-0. Great job. You could talk about the trade you made today in that league because I think is a pretty good trade. But I don't care you're 5-0. So stop bragging about it. And then you're trying to, on top of all of that, your team's most likely going to go 6-0. So I'm going to have to hear about it again for another week.
Look, I said, okay, first of all, a lot of people are 5-0, especially our listeners. If you're new to us, prepared to go undefeated. If you don't know, Clayton and I are the best fantasy football players in the world. We are ranked number 1 in 1A, 1B in the world in fantasy football. So good thing you found us. It's really a diamond in the rough here.
Yeah, we tried something a little bit different. Like you're starting at the top, Dale. Like that's how you drafted. I decided to go a different route this year and try to. I'm working from the bottom up. Right.
Exactly.
Want to show people how to make that happen. So
exactly. So listen, anybody can be 5-0. I get it. There's a lot of our listeners that are 5-0. A lot of listeners that maybe are going to be 6-0 next week. This league is more than anybody can expect. It's very competitive. There's a lot of assholes. The biggest thing is
don't make a trade that people don't like because you won't hear the end of it.
Dude, there's so many assholes in this league. And it makes me feel so good that I beat five of them already in a row. And I'm playing Armando this week to go 6-0. And the craziest thing is, we've been doing this league for 13 years. There's been 3 people to go 5-0. Nobody has gone 6-0. And I'm playing Armando to get the 6-0.
And his team's trash.
He just put in the chat, my team is the most complete team in this league.
It is. I give you that.
No, he does. He said he does. He
said his team is.
Yes.
No, it's
yes.
Not,
I know. That's
not
why
even
I said
close.
Yeah, that's why he's starting Ricky Seals-Jones this week.
Yeah, exactly. And who's he starting as his running back too? McKinnon? I don't even know who's starting.
Here, I'll tell you really quick because I was just looking at it. Let's see. It is. Sorry. Anyway, so look, I'm going to just start off, and I want to talk about this trade just because I think people can learn from it. I'm not just talking about it just so we can talk about our trades. So if for those that don't know, and I'm sure nobody has a clue what we're talking about right now, Clayton and I are in a league with our homeboys. And it's a good competitive league. It's one of my most fun leagues. It's not for the money for sure, because, it's a small buy-in relatively, but it's really for bragging rights. You win this league, you have a lot to brag about. So it's a keeper league. We can keep 1 quarterback, 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, and 1 tight end. Everybody else goes in the pool. I had Justin Jefferson. I have Justin Jefferson, Deebo Samuel, and Mike Evans as my 3 wide receivers. Okay. I have Mike Davis and Derrick Henry as my running back. So I really need to upgrade my running back too. So I traded Justin Jefferson for Keenan Allen and Daryl Henderson. Daryl Henderson, I think, rest of the season is a top 15 running back. Keenan Allen, probably a top 15 wide receiver as well.
The only thing that benefits is when I was shocked because you did throw McNichols in there too. You picked up today, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Right. So I thought it was smart that you did that for the simple fact if something was to happen to Henry. I mean, at least you got his backup. But as long as Henderson stays healthy and he's being utilized how he has been, yeah, I agree with you. I think he could be a top 12 running back the rest of the way. But if he gets injured, you're screwed.
Yeah.
For that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have Zach Moss and Mike Davis as on my bench. So, yes,
you could get through. You could get by if something was to happen.
Look, my team isn't so bulletproof that I can't. Everybody's team. If you get some good injuries, it's going to be hard to come back from it. So, we'll see.
So yeah, it was a good trade. Let's get on with the show.
All right, cool. All right, so today, guys, we're going to do some streaming stuff. My arch nemesis JJ Gosh did an awesome article. I hate to say it was awesome because he's a piece of shit human being. That's not true. I shouldn't say that.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
Look, not to me.
But he uses us. Dale.
Yeah, I know.
He only talks to us. He only talks to us when he needs something. And
exactly.
Then when he doesn't,
if you're in a group chat,
everything. Yeah, exactly.
If you're in a group chat and you're not contributing, and then all of a sudden you come up and ask for, and start a conversation, I'm not answering you. If I say, hey, guys.
I'm going to give you bullshit advice is what I'm going to do.
Yeah. I say, hey, does anybody watch Ted Lasso? Of course, JJ doesn't respond. But 5 minutes later, he's like, hey, I'm doing this DraftKings lineup. What do you think? It's like, JJ, get out of here. It's like, get out of here, JJ. There's a reason why he is not the most famous JJ in fantasy football. There's a reason. I'm just saying. JJ is not a very common name. Look, I'm the most famous Dale in fantasy football. Name a more famous Dale in fantasy football. You can't.
No.
So I'm probably in a lot of people in a lot of circles. I'm famous. All right. We're also going to do some rankings, some sit starts. This is an action-packed show. Sit starts. I want to tell you guys some people to drop. That it's time to drop. I want your opinion. I have a list of a couple guys here, and you're going to be like, "Oh my gosh, you're dead on." There's a reason why we're the number one fantasy football players in the world, and I think that's it. Is that all we're doing? Have you watched Ted Lasso?
I have not. I've been meaning to,
you're
though.
Missing out.
So yeah,
you're missing out.
I'm meaning to.
You're missing out. It's a good show, man. I'm late to the party, I know, because there's already 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. A lot of times, like with whole Game of Thrones stuff, I was never really into that. So finally, by the time I got
you can binge
got on the bandwagon, I was had to start right from the get go. It's like however many seasons in it was already. I was like, but man, I was hooked on that. So
before also guys, stay tuned because I'm gonna give. I already gave Monkey Knife Fight Lock of the Week. I want to know what you think about it, Clayton. If you have one,
I hate it.
Dude, I am fucking destroying.
I get you're destroying, but you're talking about the Tom Brady one, right?
Yeah. You don't like that one?
There's no way he's going over 300. This guy's now with this whole thumb incident now and all this shit like that. I've never seen anybody talk about as much fucking injury stuff with Tom Brady right now. They're going to run the hell out of this ball this week.
They're going to run. Look, do you want to save this or do you want to just get right into it?
No. Go ahead. What do you have to talk about it now?
No, let's do it. Okay. Tampa Bay. I mean, we won't talk about the Monkey Knife. I bet we'll talk about Tom Brady because I think people want to hear him. Top 5 quarterback this week, even playing Philadelphia. Philadelphia, I get it. They have a good defense against quarterbacks so far this year. Tom Brady will throw over 300 yards. He doesn't have Gronk. I get it. Or you probably won't have Gronk, right? Is Gronk?
No,
is he ruled out?
Gronk's been ruled out. Yeah.
Okay, so Gronk's out. I don't see a scenario where Tom Brady throws less than 300 yards. His games, he's thrown under 300 yards just a couple times in the first 5 games. And when he has, it's been 269 and 276. He's thrown for 411, 432, and 379. So he's come closer or over 400 yards more than he's gone under 300.
Yeah, no, he's averaging over 320 a game, right?
Yeah, 350.
Yeah, so 350 a game.
Yeah, 353 a game.
Oh wow. Well then, maybe the thumb thing scares me. The thumb injury scares me. I think it's a little bit more serious than what people think. I think they're going to get out to an early lead, and then I think they're just going to hand it off to Ramondre Stevenson, Bolden, and do what they can with that. Look, no, wrong team, you idiot. What am I talking about? I'm still thinking about the Patriots. No, but Fournette, I think you're going to see a lot more Ronald Jones involved in this one. They're not running the ball very much right now, and I think they're going to have to do that as the year goes on, right? They're going to have to try to get that run game going so that when they do get to playoffs or something like that, they're not going to be just relying straight on the pass. Because if something happens to Brady, this team's fucked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, Brady is the heart of this team, for sure. So you traded Tom Brady. I want to talk about a couple things really quick. I'm actually going to start writing stuff down. I have a notebook. Hold on. Tampa Bay running backs. Let me talk about that. I'll talk about that right after I say this about Tom Brady. You traded him just at the right time. You just made a trade. Some people in the league said it wasn't a good trade.
Here's my reasoning behind it. I'm 2-3 in the same league that we were just talking about.
Right.
I've lost the last 2 weeks, close games.
Yes.
Due to me not having Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
Right. Dalvin Cook's my RB1. He's been hurt.
Mm.
I'm running as my RB2 was Jamal Williams, I think, and I have who else is on there? I got Ronald Jones. Yeah, and Ronald Jones.
Right.
I was tired of. I don't want to lose. I don't care about now. I'm leaving 40 points on the board because my other quarterback in this league is Josh Allen.
Right.
I wanted to. I put for everybody in the league. I said Tom Brady's on the block. You know what? Everybody was holding off. Then finally, Madison came across. I got a deal for Madison. Yes, I should have moved up maybe a couple rounds because I understand Brady's the number one quarterback in the league right now. But now I solidified my RB1 spot every week, right?
Madison,
so I don't have to,
Madison
I don't
is
have to worry about
RB1. Yeah, especially good matchup season RB1 when Dalvin Cook's not playing. So
and sure, if Dalvin Cook comes back, and then how do you know it doesn't turn into say a Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard? You know, maybe I can flex out Madison. Depends, right? So.
Look, if you have points sitting on your bench, you need to liquidate. And the biggest thing for me when people are playing fantasy football, you could say, oh, this guy's worth more, this guy's worth less. Players are only worth what people will pay for them. Tom Brady, people are like, oh my gosh, I would have given you more for Tom Brady. No, you wouldn't, because you didn't make an offer. Yeah. You weren't making an offer. You said, maybe, you weren't making an offer. The Madison guy, you guys made a deal. And I mean, could you have gotten more? Maybe if you really shopped, you maybe gotten more, but it is a nice insurance policy for Cook too.
Well, exactly. And then at the same time, then I'm have to sit there and, go back and forth. I wanted, and I said, I wanted to upgrade a running back spot, and that's what came out. Yeah, I probably should have gotten a little bit more, but you know what?
Maybe you could have.
This way I'm content. I'm perfectly fine.
Especially for not a lot of teams will pay for a quarterback because, even if you have, the number 13 quarterback, say, or number 15 quarterback, if you have Sam Darnold, are you really going to pay a running back 2 for Brady?
Right.
You'd rather keep Sam Darnold, right? Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, those guys. Like, I don't know if you're actually going to pay up. Maybe Matthew Stafford. No, probably not even Matthew Stafford. Dak, you're not going to pay up. So what does it matter? You got to find somebody who their best quarterback is somebody like Ryan Tannehill or Kirk Cousins. You got to find somebody like that to trade, right? To get a real upgrade. So
exactly. And so what did I do? I mean, this is only a 10-team league as well. So it's not like, right? It's 12 teams. Sorry. Okay. So, I mean, it's a 1 quarterback league. It's not a super flex or anything like that. So there's quarterbacks out there to be had anyways. But so what did I go out and do today? I just went and scooped Matt Ryan's on a bye this week. I went and scooped him knowing that Josh Allen's on a bye now. I'm okay running Matt Ryan up against Miami in week 7.
Yeah,
that's kind of why I did it. So
beautiful. Yep.
Yeah.
By the way, you traded Tom Brady right before week 6. He plays Philadelphia. Then he plays Chicago, which is going to be tough. Then he plays New Orleans, which is going to be tougher than Chicago. Then he has a bye. Then he has a bye. That's 4 games in a row. That it's like, even if you had to start him, you got to be careful.
And what happens if he hits another helmet with his thumb? Boom. Might be missing 4 games.
But then he has 4 good games from week 10 to 13. Yeah. But then for the playoffs, he plays Buffalo, then he plays New Orleans again, and he plays Carolina. So it's going to be tough. Those playoff weeks, Buffalo, New Orleans, and Carolina, isn't going to be easy for him. Look, he's amazing, and he'll be fine, but I wouldn't think he was going to throw 400 yards in those last 3 games.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyways, good job. Overall. So we were talking about the running backs for Tampa Bay. What was the point of that? What were you going to say about that?
Just talking about how they're going to have to get a run game going because they're not running the ball very often.
All right, this week. Hold on, let me see. Fournette. Hold on, I'm just going to look at Fournette. So he is playing. Philadelphia is weirdly they play very well against the pass and not very well against running backs. So
he'll eat this week for sure. He'll go for his third straight 100-yard rushing game because that's what he's been, scrimmage yard game because that's what he's done the last two games, right? So, but that's the same thing goes. Like they got to get. I think they got to get Rojo just at least some of that confidence back, right? That'd be the worst team to play for. Just like you dominate last year at the end of last year, come in, fumble once, and now basically not seen them again.
See, the thing that really the thing that really worries me with Fournette, he started off his rushing attempts for first 3 games, 9, 11, and then 4. I get he played the Rams. And then New England, do you remember that super rainy game? They ran it a lot. He ran it 20 times, which is okay. But then they went right back to their old stuff. In Miami, which was a good matchup, he only rushed 12 times.
Yeah, he'll get low double-digit touches every single game.
So that means his opportunity, again, he had 67 rushing yards and a touchdown, and then 4 catches for 43 yards. Yeah. So that's okay. Overall, he did okay, but it's just limited opportunity is all.
Yeah, exactly.
He's become a pretty good pass catcher here. 5 games, receptions, 5, 4, 3, 3, 4.
Yeah, he's involved in that part of it as well. So that's the kicker, right? That's what you want. You want a guy that's going to be involved in all aspects of that run game.
Right. So I don't know if you're asking if you're saying that this is going to be a tough passing week for Tom Brady, you have to think it's going to be a good running game for Leonard Fournette. And I don't see that. I don't see the two matching up. I don't think there's going to be a really good week for running unless it's really bad weather and he has to run it for 18 to 20 times.
Well, I'm disagreeing with you, Dale.
Oh, hey, you did disagree with me last week about Cole Beasley. How did that work out for you, buddy?
Yeah. No, yeah, that was
so happy.
I blew it, and I said, I'm the first to admit when I blow a call, man, I'm not going to hide behind it and be like, oh, well, fuck, I started him and I took a 0 in one league.
How the hell, man?
Yeah,
how the hell?
I don't know how you're not involved in that. It's a Sanders, Diggs, and Knox show there. That's it.
Yep, dude. Dawson Knox, rest of the season. Dawson Knox is amazing. I mean, he might get
he's a top 8 tight end the rest of the way, and you can book that.
Top 8, yeah,
top 8.
I agree. Looking at Dawson Knox, I mean, he's done well. He hasn't had the best schedule. Week 4 against Houston was a cake matchup. Kansas City is not horrible against tight ends, and he lit them up. This week against Tennessee, I'm not going to call him a sit. We're going to talk about sits and starts. I'm not going to call Dawson Knox a sit this week, but it's going to be tougher than he has the last couple of weeks. I'll say that. Do you agree or not?
And then just need to catch 7-8 balls in order to be productive. If he's only catching 3 balls for 60 yards and getting in the end zone, those are fine numbers for a tight end.
Dawson Knox has 5 touchdowns last 4 games.
Yeah.
That's man. I should have picked up Dawson Knox when I could, because I'm stuck with Zach Ertz as a start for me.
That's fine. Goddard won't play this week.
Goddard out. Yeah, he's out. Playing Tampa Bay, which is going to make this Tampa Bay game way more fun for me. Having Zach Ertz to beat Armando.
Yeah.
Because the thing that makes me really happy, I might beat Armando he has Goddard. And the whole time he was saying how awesome Goddard was and how shitty Zach Ertz was. And now look at us. I'm playing Zach Ertz against him and he has to sit Goddard. It makes me happy.
And then, hopefully you beat him by like 12, and that's 12 points from Zach Ertz.
That'd be nice. Well, the thing is, I wish Zach Ertz was playing on Monday night, because then I could wait till Monday and beat him with only Zach Ertz left.
That is true. That is true.
All right, let's get in the field of streams first. Again, JJ Gosh at JJ Gosh. If you don't agree with any of this stuff, regardless, I say you tweet at him or find him in the Facebook private group, the Eat Nation private group on Facebook. Find him and tell him he sucks. Just tag him and tag him with like a GIF that says you suck or something.
Well, no. First of all, you just gotta put something in there as a read your article. and then he'll be like, "Oh, what did they have to say?"
Oh, good. Yeah, it's good.
Right?
And lift him up
just,
and then smash him down.
Oh, yeah. And then
wrestling move.
Big open up, a big pile of shit, and just a GIF like that, just a big pile of poo.
Oh, that's good. That's good. A big poop.
There you go.
With the poop emoji.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that'd be great. So you say, "Hey, JJ, I read your exactly what you said. I read your article. Your grammar was on point, but man, the content." And then just put a big
shite.
Yeah, nice. Fuck you.
He does crush this article most weeks, so he's pretty good at it.
Yeah, no, he does. I think he's crushed it every week so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't think he's done bad at all. Anyways, all right. So let's look at some quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence at Miami. Versus Miami. I always want to say at. Trevor Lawrence versus Miami. Teddy Bridgewater versus Las Vegas. Carson Wentz versus Houston. All good. For Carson Wentz, let's start there. I'm going to start at the bottom and then go up.
Okay.
Carson Wentz, I think, maybe has taken a turn. Obviously, we saw what he did Monday night. Right?
Yeah, that was
fucking
insane.
Balled out.
Yep.
He looks so comfortable. I am starting to like him, and he's not ranked highly among a lot of people. I think he's ranked. Yeah, I think the consensus has him around 20. I think he's going to be closer to 15 for me. I'll have him ranked over Teddy Bridgewater playing Las Vegas. Carson Wentz playing Houston. Houston, one of the worst in the league against quarterbacks and fantasy points.
He'll go over. He'll probably go over. 260, 270, a couple touchdowns. Yeah. I mean, as shitty as the Texans are, they're not getting blown out in many games. So, how do you know that good old Davis Mills doesn't, throw for 3 more touchdowns against this team, right?
Yep.
And that way he's got to pass the ball a lot more. And they have no run game anymore. Sanders is trash, so Wentz definitely looks comfortable. He's ready to go. I'll fire him up if I got him.
Yeah. It's really annoying what Indianapolis does to Jonathan Taylor while we're talking about the Colts.
Yeah.
You still have to put Jonathan Taylor in the top 10. But man, was it like glaringly obvious that they don't like Jonathan Taylor for some reason? Dude, you got that screen pass that opened up the game for 70 plus yards.
Yeah.
Should have been like, all right, let's keep him in. This guy's pretty good.
Yeah,
then,
exactly.
No, the fourth quarter, I needed 12 motherfucking yards to Jonathan Taylor, and I would have had the biggest payday of my life.
No, I know. That's the same bet I lost.
Yeah.
And he only got 53 and not 59.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was, or 60 or something. It was 7 yards.
Let's just put Naheem Hines in.
Yeah.
And, for the entire fourth quarter. Fuck Jonathan Taylor. Like, what is going on?
And Marlon Mack was in there as well, right?
Yeah.
I think Marlon Mack, they're trying to showcase him a little bit because they're going to, he asked for a trade and stuff like that. So, that'd be smart for them to do that, but you're going away from the man there. Like, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just annoying. You still have to put Jonathan Taylor up there, but Carson Wentz, yes, I really like. Teddy Bridgewater, I said I would probably play Carson Wentz over Teddy Bridgewater. But
this Vegas team, I could see getting annihilated after what's been going on this week.
how they survive? Look, either they're gonna play their hearts out, or they're gonna be like, fuck this.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
Teddy Bridgewater. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Las Vegas is in the middle of the road for pass defense against quarterbacks, but just looking at Teddy Bridgewater's last few games, he's barely broken 250.
Well, yeah, but that you can't count the last 2 games. So what did he do last game? He was over 250 last week, wasn't he?
288. Yeah, 288.
Yeah. So I mean, he got knocked out the game before that, so that you can't take that out of the picture, right? So
yep.
I think he's going to get back into that conversation. A couple touchdowns.
If you
250, 280 again. If
you're struggling for a quarterback, he has Las Vegas this week, which should be a layup. Then he has Cleveland and Washington, the 2 of the worst teams against quarterbacks in fantasy points. So he might be worth holding on to for the next couple of weeks if you're really struggling for a quarterback. So I think the streaming article that JJ does is going to have Teddy Bridgewater there in the next couple of weeks as well. Trevor Lawrence. you just gotta keep riding with him, right? Like you can't give up on Trevor Lawrence yet. I mean,
Well,
you're not riding with him as like a starting quarterback. I'm saying,
Well,
but you gotta you still gotta believe, right?
it's like JJ said, I mean, his legs is what's paying off in fantasy. I mean, he had one touchdown last week, could have rushed for another, had a penalty not got a call back, but averaging
over 20 yards a game. Last couple of yards,
the Dolphins, they play the Dolphins in London this week. I still see another kind of big game coming out of him this week.
Yeah.
Even though the teams, Urban Meyer shit, but I mean, is what it is. I still think from a fantasy aspect, I think you could play him this week.
Yeah. I'm so conflicted with Urban Meyer. He gave me 2 championships at Florida.
Yeah. Well, I'm not quite sure how he's still. I don't know. He's already lost the freaking locker room. I don't know how he's still plugging away.
Yeah.
I think Miami waxes them though. I think they might leave him in London.
I don't think he will. I think Urban Meyer's going to pull out a win in Miami.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It'd be nice
against Miami.
It'd be nice for Lawrence, I think, to get one. That'd be nice. He's playing well. That's the thing. He's playing well. He's just coming on the short end of things.
I mean, okay, last couple games he's played better. I mean, his first 3 games he had 7 interceptions. In his first 3 games, but he's calmed down. Against Cincinnati, he didn't have any interceptions, and Tennessee, he only had 1 interception, but he also had a touchdown, and he had a rushing touchdown.
Well, I have an idea. I think his numbers get even better if they just start firing up Chanot out there. I mean, they finally throw the guy a ball in the fourth quarter, he gets 60-yard reception out of that. Like,
hey, if you guys aren't watching on YouTube, you should switch over. Clayton, I found a team picture of the Dolphins after this London game. If Trevor Lawrence does well. That's it. I'll just flash it because I think it's going to be too graphic for a lot of people. Did you see it or no?
I did. Yeah, well, I saw it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's going to be the Dolphins. That's going to be the team picture right there. Mm-hmm. Right. All right. Let's move on to tight ends. JJ really likes the Hunter Henry or Jonnu Smith versus Dallas this week. I mean,
I think Hunter Henry's the guy there now. I think. I mean, back-to-back weeks with a touchdown. I think you're starting to see a little bit more of Jonnu being that blocking tight end, and that's I talked about on my other podcast earlier on in the year. They signed both of these guys, give them a shit ton of money, but which one is the blocker? Which one's the receiver? Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it seems to be like, Henry has never been that like blocking tight end type. He's always been that receiving type where Jonnu, started out strong in Tennessee last year, got injured, came back, and then all he did was block. Yep. So, right. I mean, now it's starting 6 games in. Now it's got, or 5 games in. It's starting to become a little bit more clear, like who is what in this offense.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think that, I think Hunter Henry can be a top 12 tight end, which at this point is not saying much. I mean, the difference between, 8 and 15 isn't a lot. So yeah, we got to see about that. But yeah, Hunter Henry can be a top 12 this week. Who else does he have? Zach Ertz, of course, with like we just mentioned, Goddard is out. Ertz, JJ said Ertz has seen 6 targets or more in each of the last 3 games. So yeah, he can keep doing it, right? Ertz is I'll have Ertz ranked 1 spot ahead of Hunter Henry. Is that crazy?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, Ertz is using them. So
so Ertz is playing Carolina this week, Tampa Bay the week after, Las Vegas, Detroit, and the Chargers. Pretty good schedule overall for Zach Ertz. We'll see what happens. He's just out on COVID, right? So
yeah,
so he can be due back pretty quick because he's vaccinated. So they won't give him the whole 10-day period or whatever that takes. He just needs a positive test.
They got Tampa this week, don't they?
What did I say?
I think you said Carolina and then Tampa Bay.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, yeah. I was reading the wrong week. Yes, they're playing.
And now Levante David in Tampa too. That's gonna help his chance a little bit too.
Nice. There you go. And some inside information there.
Yeah,
I like it. All right. And Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram's only 31% rostered. Galladay is out. I mean, it's Sterling Shepard out, right?
Yeah.
And Darius Slayton
Out.
is out. Okay, so
you got Kadarius.
What's going on with Tony? What's going on with Tony? I don't
nothing.
know.
He didn't get suspension. He blew up. He blew up last week. Broke out last game, and then decided to punch a guy. Got ejected. Apologized. No suspension though needed. So I mean, he's going to be the guy, the only guy there. It's him. John Ross, I think, would be their 1 and 2. And yeah, Ingram's getting more involved now. And how in God's name is all those guys, Sterling Shepard, Slayton, Galladay, all injured, yet Ingram's still on the field.
Yeah, the thing is, so it's a good matchup for Ingram. It's a bad matchup for Kadarius Toney.
Yeah,
really, really bad matchup. So.
Well, the Rams D's no joke, right? That's the biggest thing. And then you got, I mean, really, as far as for Ingram goes, I mean, the cornerbacks aren't the greatest that are going to be taking down Ingram, right? You know what I mean? So I mean, that's, I think your middle of the field is going to be Ingram's to own. So
right. All right. Cool. All right. And what else? I think that's it. Some defenses. The best defense I like that JJ mentioned was the Cincinnati Bengals. I think it's a great streaming defense this week. Playing Detroit. Do you like Green Bay against Chicago or Indianapolis versus Houston? Those are the other guys that you mentioned.
Yeah, I think the Packers are going to be fine against Chicago. I mean, Fields is still he's still a rookie. A couple games in, he's still going to make the mistakes, and I think they should be able to get at him. Sack him a few times, and I mean maybe a couple INTs in there.
There you go. Yeah.
And the fact he'll be throwing a shit ton, right? Because they're going to be playing from behind. So,
yeah. Yep. All right. Good deal. Well, thank you, JJ, for your contributions to Eat Sleep Fantasy.
Good job, JJ.
All right.
Still suck.
All right. Do you want to talk about let's talk about some starts and sits. So my monkey knife fight bet. Let me tell you about it. Dang it.
Okay. Man, my child is.
What is wrong with him?
Man, Dale.
I think you're raising like a.
No, it seems that way. Honestly, it seems that way. But he's actually a really good kid. But he's getting this. He's got one tooth in already. He's getting another one coming in, and he's just not. He's never happy. He's never happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel bad for the wife because I came home yesterday for a matter of like 20 minutes in between work to drop the 2-year-old off. And I just looked at her. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, I'm out. See ya.
Yeah. My lock of the week is Brady more than 300 yards and Hurts less than 280. That's my lock of the week. I put a lot of money on it. For me, I put $20. Look, I built my bankroll at $5 and $10 at a time. And this one I put 20 on to win 72. For Monkey Knife Fight. If you guys haven't played it yet, promo code Hot Dog when you make your first deposit. It matches it.
It's starting to get a lot of traction too. I love it in our private group.
Yeah,
there's a lot of chatter going on. So
especially with the game, all the scoring and everything last on Monday.
Yeah.
People were going crazy. Needed a couple yards from Taylor for my lock. That was a lock, but before then I put my first lock, which scored, which was the more and more on the quarterbacks. That did really well.
That crushed.
Yeah. So that was actually my first lock. So if you guys pay attention to what I say, you could have won that, and then you would have lost the second one, but you would have won so much money before you'd be fine. So, anyways, all right. So that's my lock. I do have a couple others. I don't know if people want to bet with me or not.
We'll have a few. Well, are we doing a live show this Sunday? We weren't able to make it out last week, but
yes,
We'll set aside like the first 5 minutes of that for that. We'll get on a little bit early, maybe talk that for about 5 minutes, and then we'll start the show where we answer all the start sits and then go from there.
I bet that Fournette could get 21 more yards than Miles Sanders.
I'll get 100% that'll happen.
Yeah. So that might be another lock.
I
I do the more or less, but I also do the rapid fire. I like the rapid fire because it pins players against each other for only one bet. So I have
Riley won a couple hundred the other day.
Nice.
Yep.
Brady 20 more yards than Hurts. Godwin a half a reception yard more than Devonta Smith, and then Fournette 20 yards more than Sanders. I like that bet a lot. Anyways, I'll post them. I'll post them all on our Nation private group. Anyways, I have a feeling that nobody watches our YouTube show, and I keep putting pictures on that only Clayton can see.
No, I like the other one. I like the other guy.
Yeah, you like this guy? He's pretty funny. I'm pretty sure that's a comedian. I don't remember his name though.
Has to be. Yeah, I was actually trying to explain it to Sarah. I got to show her. She'll know.
All right,
it's so funny.
All right, so some of the sits. I'm not really calling sit, but if Dalvin Cook doesn't play, do you know if he's playing or not yet?
Nothing came out yet, so I guess we'll probably find out by tomorrow.
Alexander Madison is playing Carolina Panthers defense. I'm not saying to sit him, but that's going to be a tough one for him. The Carolina run defense has been amazing. Yeah,
and that's the thing is they're going to be most likely in a tight game where I think the points you're going to get from Madison are going to be through the air, not necessarily on the ground. So I wouldn't say sit him, but I'm tempering my expectations, which I will.
Right.
I mean, he's not going to be no Dalvin Cook numbers or no numbers like he had last week, but
right.
I still think, as far from a fantasy aspect goes, I still think you're going to be able to play him.
Yeah, I do too. If you're ever worried about Daryl Henderson, and you probably have him as your RB2 in most cases, and maybe you've been moving him in and out of flex, he is 100% RB2 this week, playing the New York Giants. You agree?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. The other, I mean, are we talking starts right now, or are we talking sit still?
A little bit of both.
You kind of went. Well, a big sit for me, I mean, is the big waiver wire ad this week is Devante Booker against that Rams D.
Yeah,
taking all that work from Barkley because of his ankle. I could see Booker limping out of this game, and maybe seeing a little bit more of the rookie come in that they got. Is it Brightwell? Right, Gary Brightwell or something.
I can tell you right now. Hold on, I can look it up. What's his? Yeah, Brightwell. Gary.
Yeah, he got in there for a few snaps last week. I mean, temper expectations. That's why I didn't want to invest too much in him. I mean, you're going against a Rams D that's going to beat you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, you're going to blow your fab on a guy that you're going to maybe be able to use for a week, and you don't know what's going to happen in that game, right?
And okay, so one, they're really good against the run, but two, they're going to be down so quick in this game that they're not going to want to run. They're going to have to pass it. You know, they're going to be down 21 points in the second quarter and need to catch up.
And is Daniel Jones out of concussion protocol? He got fucked up last week.
Yeah, he did. I don't know.
I mean, you're going to have, skinny giraffe Mike Glennon throwing the ball there too. So
the guy that we won't mention, Javonta Williams' teammate in the backfield. I have him as a sit. I have both of them. As a start. Good matchups against Las Vegas. Javonta Williams and his teammate in the backfield. Both good starts this week. I like them both as a low end RB2. Definitely a strong flex for either one of them.
Yeah. Okay. I have a little bit more faith in Williams now moving forward because he's starting to kind of break away a little bit from Gordon. Mm-hmm. You're starting to see him more involved in that, the important downs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but like you said, flex worthy, you're going to fire Gordon out there because they're still splitting time, right?
Yep.
So,
do we have any news on Chris Carson?
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
As of right now, but I mean, against Pittsburgh, I'm not starting him anyways. I mean, if it's Carson, but here's the thing though, like we've talked about this before. If these guys are your stud guys that you've been running out there, like a Chris Carson, sure, you're not ecstatic about playing against this Pittsburgh D that's been dynamite against the run game, but you're still going to have to fire him out there. You invested a high draft pick in Carson, right? So
you did.
It depends on who else you have.
If you have Zach Moss and Melvin Gordon, I'm playing both of those over Alex Collins or Chris Carson.
Fair enough. Yeah, I would agree with that.
So do
it based on matchup. I guess you're right. I mean, in the guy with Carson's situation with the neck injury and stuff like that, coming off an injury. So yeah, I guess I would agree with you in that aspect. But nine times out of 10.
Yeah, I just named those guys that you theoretically could have Melvin Gordon and Zach Moss. And if you have those guys, start them over Chris Carson.
Yeah, and technically, that's what you want to do. But if you're talking about a guy like Zeke or a guy like, I don't know, they just these Kamara, all these guys like that. If he was playing, you're never sitting those guys.
Sure. Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Josh Jacobs, I think I'm sitting unless you have that option to play him as your flex play. I think there's easily 24 other running backs that are going to be better than Josh Jacobs this week.
Jacobs has taken a step in production for sure this year. So yeah, I'm not trusting too much of him against Denver.
I kind of want to tell Josh Jacobs to hit the curb.
Mm-hmm. But once again, based on name value and everything like that, that's not going to happen, right? I mean, we do know he's productive. Maybe with this new coach, maybe he changes things up. You never know, right? Yeah. You don't know what's going to happen. So,
yeah. Hey, do you notice I'm working out a little bit more?
Yeah, your shoulders are looking a little wide.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm definitely losing this weight loss challenge because, like I bitch to you about every day, my wife hears it every day too. I fucked up my back.
Yeah.
So only thing I've been able to do is walk on the treadmill.
Eat healthy. All they gotta do is eat healthy.
I try, Dale. I try. I get depressed because of my back, and then I think about Big Mac, and then I go crush a Big Mac, and then I have a junior chicken to go with that. No, I'm just joking. Yeah. I very rarely eat fast food.
That's good.
Hey, babe, you want to have McDonald's or something? No, I'm just kidding.
Damian Williams is a good start this week. I think he's going to be an RB2 for you. Okay? If you have Myles Gaskin, Josh Jacobs, and Kareem Hunt, are you playing him?
Okay, say that again. Sorry.
Kareem Hunt.
Okay.
Myles Gaskin, and Josh Jacobs. Who are you leaving out? Kareem Hunt, Josh Jacobs.
I'll leave out Jacobs.
Yeah, just based off the matchup.
Yeah, matchups, 100% matchups. Yeah. And Gaskin's obviously like their 3-down workhorse now.
For one game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You know what's a surprising start that I'm going to throw out there this week? J.D. McKissick against the Chiefs. I mean, no Curtis Samuel. Samuel's injured again. Against Kansas City, high-scoring game that gives up a shit ton of points to running backs through the air. This is where I think we're going to see McKissick a lot more involved than he has been the last couple games.
Interesting, because I just traded away McKissick in the league. So for Myles Gaskin, he's had under 10 carries all but one game so far. Last game against Tampa Bay, I understand Tampa Bay, their defense does their thing against running backs. He only had 5 carries for 25 yards. The thing is, he got 10 targets, 10 catches for 74 yards and 2 touchdowns. Don't let that fool you.
Yeah,
he's still garbage.
Who is the number 2 running back behind him? Was it Ahmed? Was it Brown?
Yeah, I think it was Brown. No, it was Ahmed. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So you go from 3 games ago, where you saw people were trying to pick up Malcolm Brown, thinking that he's the number 1. Then Miami just throws a wrench into it last week. Now Ahmed's apparently the number 2. Malcolm Brown's trash. Like, if I can, I'm going to avoid all of them.
Yes.
But based on matchup, Gaskin is playing Jacksonville. He's definitely a must start this week.
Okay. All right. Good enough. I don't know. I'm just worried. Well, if Gaskin doesn't get the 10 targets, he's going to get you 2 fantasy points.
Yeah. And you're going to be very angry. Blame Dale. Just blame Dale.
There you go. Damian Harris is starting to scare me a little bit. I don't think I'm playing him as an RB2.
I don't think I'm not really playing him at all, really. I mean, he's getting banged up almost every game he's in. Yeah. And I mean, Cowboys defense is pretty solid against the run.
Very solid.
If Harris isn't getting a touchdown, he's not giving you fantasy production. Simple as that, right?
Not crazy.
So, I mean, you go from a guy that's had 100 a huge week 1 game to basically virtually not doing anything outside of when he gets a touchdown.
Yep. It was promising against Houston, 14 carries for 58 yards and a touchdown. Yeah. That looked promising. If he can do that, that's fine. But the fact that he played Houston, that gave him those stats.
Yeah.
When he plays Dallas, we'll see.
Stronger defense. So, yep.
Much stronger. So I think I'm sitting Damian Harris as an RB2. Flex play, sure.
Yeah.
I'm sitting him as an all right, let's get into some wide receivers here. Some of the guys that I'm a little nervous about. Look, even though Gronk is out, I'm not sure Antonio Brown is going to have the game that that he had last week.
Then that's the thing. That's the tricky thing with these. Everybody wants a piece of this offense. I mean, why wouldn't you when you got Brady throwing 5 touchdowns? Last week. But the problem is where those 5 touchdowns are going to go. Right? It could go 3 to Evans this week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's always
playing with such a good quarterback. It's going to be like whoever. Like OJ Howard's going to score 2 touchdowns this week.
Yeah, exactly. He'll
like, what the hell?
Cameron Brate's been absolute garbage. I'm not giving up on Brate because this is going to be his game. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You don't know. He's going to get at least one touchdown because I mean that's just how Brady is. Likes to keep everybody happy. And it'd be funny if somebody actually took the last 5 weeks and actually broke down like target share, who got, touchdowns to see it almost be like a pattern, I bet you.
Yeah.
Right, because that one week we had Godwin went off, and then Evans had like 1 catch, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, it's an Evans game next week. Next week happens, that's Evans' breakout game for the week or for the year, right? So it's kind of back and forth. So exactly. I mean, you're definitely going to want a part of that offense, but each week I'm not to
bet on an individual player is going to be really tough.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, last 2 games, Brown has had 7 receptions each game. Last game, obviously, the big one, 124 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like what happens in the beginning of the season, Antonio Brown says, hey, Tom, everybody thinks we're washed. Let's go prove them wrong. And it hyped up Tom Brady. And now he's going to go crazy and throw everything to Antonio Brown just to prove a point.
Well, that's what it kind of seemed like when he started going off the other day. I'm like, okay, what is happening right now, right? So, and now I don't know. Like I said, I'm more comfortable if I have a guy like if I have a Justin Jefferson and I'm just trying to throw give me a good wide receiver too, and say a Deontay Johnson. Okay, say those 2 guys.
Yeah.
And then I have Antonio Brown there. I'd rather have that combination of guys so I could always flex Antonio Brown, right? That way you're like, I already got my 2 solid wide receivers that are going to get me points every week. And then you're hoping that at least, even if it's not A. Brown's week, you're getting at least something out of him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see, receiving yards for okay. I agree. AJ Brown is one that scares me. He's going to be in my top 24, but playing Buffalo this week, I don't think anybody can survive Buffalo's defense.
Well, he's going to get Tre'Davious White, right? He's going to get Tre'Davious White.
Yeah.
Couple things that worry me. He's still not 100% healthy.
If I was AJ Brown, I'd be like, guys, I'm still a little sore. Let me sit this one out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Tre'Davious White's going to be draped all over him. He's not going to do anything. So yeah, I'm not putting AJ Brown in my top 24. Not this week. Tannehill looks like a piece of shit. You can't do anything with the ball. So I'm not content starting AJ Brown. If it was against a different defense, then I'd be all for it. But not this week.
AJ Brown is just not the guy we expected. I mean, 40 yards. Average 40 yards pretty much a game that he's actually played, which has been 3 so far. Week 1, 2. He played week 3, but he didn't get anything.
Yeah, but do they bring Julio back? Is Julio going to be healthy? That could change things up a little bit, right? It's all going to be depend on if they get another solid wide receiver on the other side of him, right? And maybe pull some of that coverage away, but as of right now, it doesn't sound like Julio's playing. He hasn't practiced all week, so I mean, I guess I can't say that. I'll flex AJ Brown, but I'm not putting him in. I'm putting him outside my top 24 this week.
Okay, good deal.
And Dale, I finished higher in rankings this week too, so you might just want to listen to me.
Good. Really got to set my game up. You kicked ass. You were like two spots ahead of me. Good job.
Yeah, bring it, man. Be better.
All right. I will be posting my rankings and Clayton's rankings on eatsleepfantasy.com. It's a website. Make sure you check out all the fun stuff of all our writers. JJ, Ben, Heather, Austin does an amazing job with the website. Who did I miss?
I can't.
Jesus Christ. People get so mad at me.
I know.
That's why I never say names.
Yeah, see, that's why you put it on your little scribble pad or whatever the hell you're writing on.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, because we have so many people in the chat, but half the people don't write, so I'm not really sure. But
we got a good group of people over here, so
yeah, we do. All right, Clayton, it's been a lot of fun.
Always a Mr. Pretty face, bud.
Yeah, you too, man. All right, guys, if you need anything else, you know where to find us at Eat Sleep FF on Twitter. Join our private group, Eat Nation private group on Facebook. And if you don't answer the questions on Facebook to get in the group, I'm declining your sorry ass. The only question is, who's the host of ESF? Name 2 hosts of ESF. That's all you got to do.
If you don't say Clayton, then you're wrong. You're booted.
Some people don't even answer the questions. They just want to get in the private group. I'm like, no, sir, not today. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you. Clayton does too. Oh, look, I just put a little logo on the on our stream there.
There you go.
I forgot about that.
Well done.
Now it's there. All right, guys. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.
Peace.
Screaming Eat Nation, we doing what we like. Tune in every week, guarantee we get it hype. Fantasy, football enthusiasts, I know you plan to be joining us on Eat Sleep Fantasy.